Well, folks, we're on the Ohio River again today. It's been a little bit since it's been low enough to fish it. The Mississippi's coming uncorked now. It's flooding all over the place. So I was like, well, I'll go to Ohio today. I've got a bunch of new subscribers. Thank y'all for subscribing. I'm gonna try to find some fish today for y'all. There's no current out here, so I'm gonna start out by anchor fishing. And if I don't catch anything pretty quick like that, I'm gonna resort to other things. I'm gonna go up here and see if I can find some bait. I've got a little bit of bait, but I'd like to have a little bit more, and I'd like to have it fresher. So I'm gonna go up here and start taking a gander around and see what I can find. I got kind of a late start this morning, got behind some school buses. It's kind of a chore getting here. But anyways, I'm gonna get out there and see what I can find. Well, folks, I can for sure get an Asian carp if I need it. So there's a dike there, and there's a drop off at the end of that dike underneath the water. I'm gonna fish it for a little bit, see what goes on here, and go from there. So the current's the right speed, but it sure is deep. I'm fishing in 45 foot of water. Might be a good thing. Might be a bad thing. I've seen it go both ways. But we got this whole river and all day. And the wind ain't supposed to be blowing too hard today, but I've been lied to before on that. They said 11 mile an hour max. Now, then usually if it's blowing 11 mile an hour, it'll gust to 25, just because you're fishing. But as of right now, it's calm. I don't get to do that very often. Usually it's coming a tornado every time I go. I'm severely missing the winter time right now. Comes our first pile of trash to get tangled up in our lines. We like that. It's a doggone sure it didn't get tangled up in the rope in front of the boat. It did. It's a 1x3. We'll throw it over here so it ain't in our lines. Figure if I stand up here for a little bit, I'll get a bite so I can run across the boat. It's gonna get hot today. It ought to be a log in summertime. Well, folks, I think I'm fixing to move. We might have had one bite here. Well, folks, we're at hole number 2. And what this is a drop off. It goes from 25 to about 35, 38, and then back up to about 30. I've got poles sitting right on top of the drop off, and then I got one pole back behind it. We'll see how it goes. The local guys said that they wasn't catching no skipjack. They got them an Asian carp and went upstream somewhere. So where is all these fish at? I think that I'm getting a bite, folks. It's on my far left-hand pole. got him. Well, I said I had him. I was sitting there jacking with everything but my pole, kind of halfway asleep. And I looked up, my middle pole was getting a bite. And then my left-hand pole got a bite. I think my middle pole just got a bite. We might have found a few fish here. They're acting kind of small. I'd like to catch one, see what it is, and then vary my bait to whatever it is. Comes that 13-mile-an-hour wind. Come on, we gotta get some fish moving. For our left-hand pole. That's on shad. I'm gonna reel on him, see what happens. And nothing. Didn't take him long to bite that shad. Something I ain't got a lot of. If my fur eye hand pole'd get a bite, I would say that we was in an alright place. Or if one of these would just go down crazy like a blue cat. So far, I ain't been impressed with the bite. Good 13-mile-an-hour wind right there. So the two poles that I'm getting bites on is throwed up on top of the drop-off in the 25-foot of water. The one that's not getting a bite's throwed on the other side of the drop-off in the 35-foot of water. Now, being an educated fisherman, that ought to tell me something. It don't tell me nothing other than they're on top of the drop-off. But then again, I ain't got a decent bite yet. So it could be anything from small channel cat to gar to anything. I don't know whether to reel in, move, reel in, check bait, reel in and square dance, reel in and I don't know what to do. I do not know how to square dance. I do not know how to dance in a square, triangle, or rectangle. So that kind of throws that out of the water. So we now know that square dancing's out of the question. I feel like if one was to triangle dance, he'd trip over his own feet. If I got it pictured in my head right, how to do it. Take down, folks. On a shad. I was reeling that other pole in, and I thought this thing had got a bite. He ain't all that big, but it is a fish. Something I ain't used to here lately. Give me an idea of what's out there. And it was on that shad. Acting like a channel cat. Nope, it's a blue. Nope, it's a channel. I didn't even have to touch him. I'm gonna go back to continuing what I was doing. I'm gonna put a shad on that middle pole and see what happens. We're gonna give them about 10 more minutes here. If we don't get a good takedown, good blue cat takedown, we're gonna mosey on somewhere else. We need a good slow that does not stop whenever you pick the pole up. The left hand pole's doing something a little funny. It's acting fishy. I don't know, that far right hand pole might have just got a bite. I'm always looking away. I kind of feel like it might have been the sinker dislodged for a second. I'm always looking away, and when I look back, things are moving. Yeah, it's getting a bite. Again, nothing spectacular, and that's on perch. You never know, it might take off with it here directly and be something cool. A cool cat. Well, it's not looking promising that it's anything big, because I think he just pulled on it as hard as he could pull. Know one thing, it is sure a fine day to be on the river if the wind don't get any harder than this. This is about right to stay cool, but about right not to mess your boat up and blow your sinker back in your face whenever you throw it out towards it. And when me and Aaron was up on the Mississippi the other day, we could not do nothing. What do y'all think? Y'all think that fish is on that right hand pole? Well, he quit. He is El Finito. I do declare we are in Channel Cat. I announce Channel Cat. Time to move. I do not even feel like they're big Channel Cat. I don't know whether to reel on that fish on the left hand side or not. Well, folks, I think I'm gonna move. Well, folks, it's a little bit swifter and a little bit deeper here. So I'm sitting in 25 foot of water. I'm throwing, there's like a real steep drop off down there. I'm throwing into 35, 40 foot of water off that 25 foot of water. Looks like a heck of a place. But we will see. I got dog. That acted like a blue cat. We'll bear witness. That was on shad. It's not a very big fish, but it is a fish. And it is a blue cat. Boy, that'd be good eating size. Boy, he's fat and purty. Sassycat, fat Sassycat. And that did not take long. fat sassy catfish. Classic humpback blue. Very pretty fish. I'm gonna throw him back. Let him get big. So I've gotten up here next to the end of a wing dam, and there's skipjack flopping out there, so I'm trying to find something that they'll hit on. And I got a bite on my catfish pole. Hopefully I can find something that they'll hit on. My spoon was latched on to the packaging, so I couldn't get it out real quick. There's kind of a lot of them flipping around there. Maybe I can get to a 3, 4, 5, 25, 30. My next endeavor is how big the gar is that's going to eat this spoon, and it's the only one I've got. Well, folks, I got some fresh Tennessee tarpon, so I'm gonna go and apply them to the bottom and see what happens. I'm gonna move on down towards the river channel and get out there where I was at a while ago. It's been a while since I've used fresh skipjack. I'd forgotten how bloody it was. I was all excited about this 13-mile-an-hour wind I was gonna get to drift fish and pull planer boards and all that grand whatever. And I do not know if I can get across this river to go to the truck right now. I do not think that I've seen it this consistently windy in a long time. And I really feel like there's a thunderstorm fixing to push in on me too. I'll have to watch it. That's par for the course. I get me some skipjack, ready to go for round 2, and it's gonna thunder me off here because there's 0% chance of rain today. That went with a 13-mile-an-hour wind. But it wouldn't completely wash out. I got 5 or 6 skipjack I can throw in the freezer. That means that I can come hook onto the boat and come down here one day after work, because the wind ain't never blowing when I'm at work. I kind of think that right hand pole's getting a fish and it's coming towards me. Got him. He took a little drag right then. And that might have been my issue the last couple days. And I've been trying every bait that I can get around the house. I might have just needed some skipjack. My left hand pole's going crazy. Flathead. Looks like flathead, they like skipjack too. Not a very big flathead, but it is a flathead. Caught him on that skipjack head. That was worth the trip out here just to catch a flathead, even though it ain't a very big one. Pretty flathead. Throw him back and let him regenerate. I caught a flathead, I caught a flathead. So this is exactly what I wanted. That drop off comes out here and then the main river channel comes together right there. It's about, I'm sitting in 40 foot of water and I'm throwing in 50. There shouldn't be no channel cat down there. And it should be one of those places they travel quite a bit. Like a yield sign. Because they should be coming up into shallow water to feed. And they'll come up that river channel and they'll hit that drop off and then run up it. Theoretically. I'll probably finish out the day right here, just sit back and chill and watch my poles for about an hour. Something I don't never hardly do. I normally don't fish anything over 25 foot, but the rivers, the Mississippi where I fish at the most, 25 foot is deep on it. But this thing averages 50 foot deep out here, so, 50 foot ain't all that deep whenever everything's 50 foot. Boy, it'd be nice to get a good big old blue cat right now, or a big good flathead. My boys I talked to this morning, they skinned out about noon. They said they wasn't biting. I said, you know why? And they said, no. I said, it's 'cause I'm here. And they said, hee hee. Like it was funny or something. Other than the wind being 15 mile an hour faster than it's supposed to be, it's been a pretty good day. I hope it don't kick up again while I'm sitting here. Oh, I got him. That was on a rattle. Dog, my drags. I need to get my dip net fixed before I get him up here too close. Alright, got the dip net fixed. Now it's in my way. About to lose this fish. I gotta work on my drag. I don't think he's my 35 pounder. But he's the biggest fish we've caught today. Boy, on these graphite poles, you can feel them things. Every time that tail hits the line, you can feel it. I can bring him up on this side because I ain't got this back anchor out. He's not wanting to come up. Man, I hope this wind don't get back up. See, I won't be able to sit here when the wind gets up. There'll be too many waves. It's a pretty good fish. Because he's kind of taking a little bit of drag. Of course, I got it loosened up now. I don't know, it's inedible. They always go towards that motor. It's also hard to tell in this current how big they are. He ain't big enough that I gotta release the anchor. Took a little drag then. He ain't no drag screamer. But like I said, it's easily the biggest fish I've caught today. Probably the biggest fish I've caught in a couple weeks. I seen him. Might have to burp him. Nice little old blue, probably 15 pound. Well, he'll go 20. Maybe 15, I don't know. Like I said, he bit on that rattle. Nice big old fat blue. Don't have to burp him. Boy, he wouldn't hook to nothing but imagination and prayer. Well, I say that. I'm gonna weigh him because I ain't got to use my new scale yet. I think he'll go about 15. $19.40. So about 16. I think normally he wouldn't have weighed that much, but he's so full of stuff. $19 or what I say, 17, something like that. I don't know. Well, folks, it's been fun. Like I said, it was a good day on the river. I learn a little bit every time I go. When you quit learning is whenever you quit catching fish. You got to adapt with the fish. Sometimes it might take you 2 or 3 outings to figure out what's going on. Like I said, the last 2-3 times I went, I haven't caught enough fish to fry. And I think it's full on bait for me because I caught that blue, and honestly I don't feel like I'd have caught him on the bait that I was using. So I will see y'all next time.